12-round USBA middleweight championship bout. In the ring at this time, the man in charge of the scheduled 12-round title bout, referee Zach Clayton. And now, boxing fans, introducing the principals. First, in the blue corner, wearing the all-blue trunks, he weighed in at 159 3/4 pounds. This gentleman hails from Port Arthur, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the challenger, Wilfred Scypion. And his opponent in the red corner, wearing the red trunks with the white trim, he weighed in at 159 1/2 pounds. This young man hails from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Boxing fans, here is the United States Boxing Association middleweight champion, Frank the Animal Fletcher.
And the scoring is on the round system here in the state of New Jersey. If the round is even, they go to the 5-point must to break the deadlock. The scoring handled by the 3 judges, Harold Letterman, Tommy Kasmerick, Frank Brunette. As you heard, the referee, the veteran Zach Clayton. And the story on Wilfred Scypion has been, as we mentioned earlier, up and down fighter. He has looked particularly good against better opposition. Against ordinary opponents, he has been at times mediocre. You never know which Wilfred Scypion will enter the ring as he goes against Frank Fletcher, 28 years old, out of Philadelphia, record of 16-2-1. His last bout, seen here on NBC, a very impressive performance in stopping James Hard Rock Green in round 6. Fletcher has knocked out 8 of his last 11, and he usually opens strong on his search and destroy mission. A swarming, aggressive battler against the boxer Scypion.
Fletcher opening with a surprise body attack. Everything went right to the body. Wilfred giving ground, as he's going to have to give ground and pick off most of those punches and try to land a hard counter. Scypion, the superior boxer as far as boxing skills are concerned, and the superior puncher, but somehow Frank the Animal Fletcher seems to beat all these guys that punch better than he does and box better than he does.
Wilfred Scypion is in the midst of his most impressive spurt of his career. That includes 10-round decisions over Mark Frazee and Curtis Parker, the Parker fight. Toe-to-toe, good right hand by Scypion, and then he tries to flick the left, and Fletcher able to answer. Again, the right by Scypion.
Make no mistake, Scypion can bang with that right hand. But the Animal claims he has to wake up, and the way he wakes up is to get hit hard. That's also the way you can go to sleep.
On 2 occasions, Scypion had moved into position for title fights. Both times blew his chances with losses. As we hit the halfway mark of round 1, we're scheduled for 12. Now, if the fight is even after 12, and that this is a USBA, United States Boxing Association title bout, they would go to an overtime round if they're even on the scorecard after 12. Good combination by Scypion. He had Fletcher off balance.
Scypion looks sharp. He looks sharp. No uncertainty, no tentativeness about him this time. And Fletcher looks like Fletcher. He's willing to take punches just to keep coming back with that indomitable spirit. He sure has got the desire to win.
And Zach Clayton, a very active referee, and this bout may demand just that.
Well, make no mistakes about it. This is going to be a battle, and if you got a battle, Zach Clayton's the guy to have it because he really actively controls the fight. Some say too much so.
And we're final seconds. Round 1. We'll be back in a moment.
The standing quarter mile. This machine is about to attack it. A motorcycle that can turn 65 cubic inches into an incredible amount of horsepower. The Honda V65 Magna. It's about to become the world's fastest production motorcycle.
Once again, Denny's Grand Slam breakfast is at the remarkably low price of $1.99. And just look at all you get. 2 large fresh eggs, 2 juicy sausage legs, 2 strips of sizzling bacon, and 2 pancakes with hot syrup and butter. The Grand Slam breakfast, once again at the remarkably low price of $1.99 this month at Denny's, where you'll like our prices and you'll love our food 24 hours a day.
In Atlantic City as we open up in round 2. Let's listen in on the corner. Wilfred Scypion. You'll hear his trainer, Kenny Weldon.
1 or 2. I want to see more left hooks to the body, and I want to see more right uppercuts. I want to see you getting off first, Sip. I want to see you.
Back to the action. Fletcher has come out very aggressively after the good opening round by Scypion.
I thought Scypion took that very, very narrowly because of his superior boxing. He was landing some good, meaningful shots in there. But here comes Fletcher, almost as if he intuitively feels he blew that first one. He wants to make sure he doesn't blow this one.
Scypion landing the right hand. The first one was blocked, but he got the second in. Oh, a right hand by Scypion that rocked Fletcher.
Scypion fighting with force and fury. That's the way Animal likes it, though. If he doesn't get out of there early, then you got that dogged determination of Fletcher to keep up with him.
Of course, Ferdy, we have seen Fletcher pounded in early rounds and come back very sharply, but Scypion has been excellent over the start of the bout.
It was a nice, clean first round. It's the first time I've ever seen a referee come over and comment to the fighter. Nice, clean first round. Let's keep it that way.
It was as if Zach Clayton, the referee, was surprised by the purity of that opening round.
And enjoying it, as we all are.
Now Fletcher teeing off as he caught Scypion in the corner, but good spin move by Wilfred to get out of it.
Wilfred being told by Kenny Wilfred, hook to the body. You didn't hook but 2 times.
Fletcher catching Scypion with uppercuts. Less than a minute left. Round 2.
Well, they're catching each other is the only way you can describe this action because they're both landing thunderous hooks.
There's Lucille Fletcher, a familiar figure at all of her son's bouts, leading the chant from ringside.
I don't think I've ever seen Scypion this confident. Even when he fought Frazier and was in total command, he was tentative at times.
He hurt Fletcher again. He rocked him earlier the second round. Scypion's corner very satisfied. Kenny Weldon told Scypion between rounds, use the combination. Scypion has followed instructions, but here comes Fletcher as the second round concludes.
Some things speak for themselves.
And this is round 3. Wilfred Scypion in the blue, 26 years old, out of Port Arthur, Texas. In the red, it's Frank the Animal Fletcher, with Scypion standing in the way of a title bout for Fletcher against the champion, marvelous Marvin Hagler.
And as so often happens, funny things happen on the way to the championship. Here he took this fight confident he could take care of Scypion, who seems to fall apart when important fights are in the offing. Yet the first 2 rounds, nothing of that in Scypion. Scypion's been confident, Scypion's been hunting away, and I have an even fight right now. A judge's nightmare, because these 2 guys are trading.
There's that spin move by Fletcher, using the left hand to hold and throw the right hand, always effective.
Unorthodox, strange, alley type, street type of fighting, but he gets to you and he wears you out. Scypion waiting to plant that right hand in there. Scypion buckled. Scypion buckled, but I did not see the punch and did it.
He pushed him up against the ropes. And that buckled Scypion. He did not take a blow.
Punch out of there, come on. Don't grab Scypion. Come on, get out of there.
Oh, left hand by Fletcher. That crazed Scypion. Zach Clayton saying, punch your way out of the clinches.
Scypion for the first time up on his bicycle, indicating he can't take this. 3 minutes all out every round. You got to rest. All except Animal Fletcher. He doesn't know the word.
Watch your head, said the referee, Zach Clayton.
From outside, Scypion can pick him apart, but Fletcher won't let him stay outside. He just keeps running inside. And in the end, the pace will tell. We know Fletcher can go 12 like this. We've seen it.
Oh, good combination by Scypion.
Scypion fight is from outside to give ground, to get that distance between them. Another wrestling move by Animal. Little instructions by Zach saying, cut that out. That's street fighting, not boxing. Look at him try to get that distance. Look at Scypion fall back and try to get that distance where he can set 1, 2, 3, back moving again.
What a finish to this 3rd round.
Practicing every day of the week is tough. I'm lucky I've got a great coach like Lorraine. She knows how to get me going. Like starting out the workout with a hot mug of Campbell's chicken noodle soup. I've always loved it. It's a great way to get up without getting weighed down. And it fits right in with my fitness program. I need to eat the right things because skating really takes it out of me. But you know, it's all worth it when I hear the applause.
Campbell's soup is good food.
Nobody has to tell me to get on the stick. With the wide stick, I don't waste time or money. See, Speed Stick deodorant is so much wider than the other leading stick. Gives you effective protection in just a few strokes. And if you've been using an aerosol, look, you'd use up 2 3-ounce sprays and start a 3rd before you'd use up 1 2.5-ounce Speed Stick. So don't waste time or money.
Get the wide stick for value. Speed Stick deodorant by Menon.
And this is round 4. Frank the Animal Fletcher and Wilfred Scypion finishing up round 3 with a terrific exchange in the corner of Scypion. He was told by trainer Kenny, well, use that right uppercut and stay off the ropes.
Said he hasn't missed that right uppercut yet, and he hasn't. Again and again, we come back to point out that this distance that Scypion is trying to maintain is what will win this fight for him. The key being, if he can keep Animal from doing just that, get him close and unleash 4, 5, 6, 7 punches.
Fletcher looking very refreshed coming out for round 4. And damaging blows thrown by Fletcher.
And nothing in return by Scypion because he's being smothered by these blows. Good right hand by Scypion.
Following the pure first round, Zach Clayton went to both corners between rounds and told Fletcher and Scypion, "You're too good a fighter for those kind of dirty tactics." So the referee Clayton dissatisfied over the last couple of rounds.
By the way, that's what letting the judges score the fight and not the referee can do. It frees up the referee to go to the corners. Uh-oh. Here's Scypion from the outside, picking Fletcher apart. No return from Fletcher. Now Fletcher starting to fight back.
Good combination by Scypion, who has 2.5 inches in reach and has been able to take advantage.
Frankie on the ropes, as he was with Green, hoping that Wilfred Scypion will burn out of this attack, and then comes a patented charge of Frank the Animal Fletcher.
Fletcher staying on the ropes.
Wilfred building up big points here. He's already slightly ahead. He can take this round and get way ahead.
No wrestling, screams referee Clayton. But Fletcher just remains on the ropes, a tactic that he has used successfully. Usually comes out punching, and here he comes. Again, Scypion able to push Fletcher.
Boy, if that doesn't put you on the boardwalk, nothing will. Bear in mind, Scypion can punch. He has strength in either arm, but that right hand is his devastator.
Oh, it has been a sensational fourth round here in Atlantic City. And Wilfred Scypion continues his impressive run.
When it comes to home computers, the Atari home computer gets high grades.
Atari can be both business, it can be a family computer, it can do the games. I've done a little bit of the word processing.
Christopher has learned how to read faster. I'm pretty well convinced that that's happened.
It teaches me, it helps me to learn more. This Atari home computer system has great graphics, it has great programs.
Only one computer lets you enjoy this library of over 2,000 enlightening and entertaining programs. Atari home computers.
It has great everything.
That's what used to work.
Looking beautiful.
In the corner of Wilfred Scypion, and that is trainer Kenny Weldon.
Keep it up. This guy ain't in the same ballpark with you. As long as you don't start one punch. Don't start one punch.
Let's go, baby. Come on.
Hey, you're doing beautiful, man.
Hands high. It's your fight.
Your fight.
And Frank the Animal Fletcher getting set to come out for round 5. As you'd expect, great satisfaction in the corner of Wilfred Scypion,
who's slowly pulling ahead. Frank hasn't had a full round all to himself since he started, except for the second.
Fletcher with the combination. Went a little low.
He's got to do this, and he's got to do this for 3 minutes.
Go ahead, get off.
You see, one of the things that's dominating Frank is his superior size. Here you can see what size does with Scypion. Scypion is wrestling him into the rope and into a corner and then punching away. Frank is too small to get away from that.
We mentioned earlier Scypion with a 3-inch height advantage and with that slight reach advantage, and he has been able to push Fletcher all over the ropes.
He has, as they say, out-physicaled him, if that is a word.
We'll accept it for him.
I watch too much football.
Minute gone by, round 5. And in the corner of Frank Fletcher, the feeling that a title shot against Marvelous Marvin Hagler could be in jeopardy. Long way to go. This is scheduled for 12. But Fletcher struggling at this point.
And his legs are not smooth. His legs and his motion is a little jerky. Those big right hands that Scipion's been landing in the corner have got to have taken some effect on his reflexes. He can't let Scypion get ahead. Scypion with this kind of confidence is going to be hard to beat. out how to get out of it. Actually, that was a close one because they were both fighting, and a referee should let them fight out. If Scypion's got him trapped, that's the way it is.
Less than a minute left. Round 5. It has been Wilfred Scypion's bout to this point. Marv Albert with the fight doctor, Ferdy Pacheco from Atlantic City, New Jersey.
And there is no spot to say this, but I'm going to take a moment. The NBC Sports family joins the entire boxing world in wishing a speedy recovery to Kenny Rosenberg, the aggressive, likable young matchmaker for Philadelphia Promotions. Kenny undergoing therapy for a serious disease, says he's doing great, and our prayers are with him.
And we're final seconds. Round 5. All right, we'll be right back.
Bob and Sandy Davis needed 2 incomes to afford the home they wanted. Then tragedy struck.
Allstate update. Joint mortgage protection.
Sandy died before the mortgage was paid. Allstate Life's joint mortgage protection could have helped pay off their mortgage if either of them died for less than the price of 2 policies. But the Davises didn't have it. If you both work, talk to an Allstate agent. For life, home, and auto, you're in good hands with Allstate.
Change it around. Wilfred Scypion and Frank the Animal Fletcher getting set for round 6. To this point, it has been a low-key performance by Lucille Fletcher, the mother of Frank Fletcher, an amateur boxing judge. Frank Fletcher's uncle, Dick Turner, was a welterweight contender in the early 60s. And this is round 6.
Lucille has had little to cheer about. I have Scypion ahead, 48-47, and that is widely open to discussion because this is the kind of fight that you can see one way or another, but I think everyone will agree Scypion's ahead. More of that kind of exchange on the rope. Look at Frank trying to tie him up so he can get away. He can't physically get away from Scypion when he gets him on the ropes. Scypion very smart on the ropes. Scypion now beginning to develop a pattern. If he's outside, he can land that right hand. If he's inside, he can out-muscle Frank. Frank is starting to run out of options here.
Frank Fletcher had been on a roll with impressive wins over Clint Jackson, Roberto Sabater, Ernie Singletary, Tony Braxton, avenging a loss earlier in his career to Braxton. Crowd urging Fletcher on as he chases Scypion using the jab. But of course, Scypion likes this space.
Perfect set piece for Scypion. Scypion moves back. The Animal lunges. He gets hit coming in. That's just what Scypion would want to do. Look at that little guessing game that just went on that moment.
Midway point, round 6. Combination by Scypion. That right hand so effective against Fletcher.
Scypion setting those traps, patiently waiting for the Animal to jump. And when he does, bang, bang, bang. Outspeeding him. Faster reflexes on the part of Wilfred Scypion.
All right, no wrestling. I'll take it. Come on, get out.
Uppercut by Fletcher took its toll on Scypion.
He needs to put something in there because Scypion is just gathering steam.
Again, the combination by Scypion. Fletcher's combination, no effect at all. Scypion continues to plow Fletcher in the corner.
Fletcher's combinations aren't working because he's going back, being bullback, physically being bullback so that his punches are being thrown in retreat and they don't have the usual sting that Fletcher has when he goes forward. Look at the head. Look at the head of Scypion.
That will do it for round 6.
This bud's for everyone who's got the heart and courage.
Service from the post office. Is it? He said. Overnight, I said. Reliable, he said. They deliver over 70,000 packages on time every day, I said. And a 2-pound package is $9.35, about half what most others charge. Yes? It's your client. He says he got it. And you're brilliant.
What would you do without me?
Express Mail Service. We make you look good for less.
And this is round 7. Let's listen in on the corner of Wilfred Scypion. Again, the trainer of Scypion, Ken Weldon.
You're winning the fight. You're beating the guy. You're getting off first. When you're out away from him, stick your jab, stick your jab. As soon as you think he's coming, the instant you think he's coming, let's see a combination. Stick your jab, stick your jab. The instant you think he's coming, you put a combination together.
You might have thought that Fletcher listened to those instructions because Fletcher came out and did just that. But that is what Wilfred Scypion has been doing through these 6 rounds, and he is ahead on my scorecard, 58-56.
Scypion also asked Ken Weldon, am I winning? Weldon said, are you kidding? No question, but continue doing just what you've been doing. You have to win every round here to make sure you get the decision. Weldon also said, no punching after the bell. Scypion did catch Fletcher after the bell that brought the referee Clayton into the corner.
Zach Clayton, a man of infinite wisdom and experience in ring wars, has been handling this pretty well. Let these 2 guys go at it. Of course, they've been fighting a pretty clean fight. Again, that linebacker blocking of Scypion, pushing Fletcher into the ropes, negating his punches and his punching power, not giving him room to punch.
Fletcher landing uppercuts, but not much in the punching of Frank Fletcher. Scypion at 5'10" has 3 inches on Fletcher and 2.5 inches in reach.
Scypion just looked over the shoulder of Fletcher and yelled something at his mother and family that are sitting behind us, saying, I'm okay.
Go ahead, punch out of there.
Scypion may have 2 fights in front of him.
What, look at the bully. It's just like a football player blocking on a sled. He just keeps pushing him back. There's that uppercut that Kenny wanted him to throw.
There is Frank Fletcher's mother, who had a conversation with Scypion a moment ago.
Colossal hook landed by Scypion, but boy, there stands Fletcher. There's another combination. Well, will history repeat itself? Will Frank take all this and then come back in the late rounds? Or is he just on the way to a big shellacking?
We have seen Fletcher come back before, but never from this distance. He is really having a difficult time and usually gets started earlier. We're in round 7, and it's Wilfred Scypion in front on our scorecard. All right, we'll be back with the 8th round right after we pause for these words.
What this country needs today is a really good rental truck at a really good price. So Ryder presents the $24.95 a day truck. For local rentals, this 18-foot Ryder truck is now only $24.95 a day plus a variable mileage charge. And Ryder has great rates on other size trucks too, from small vans up to giant tractors. What this country needs today is a really good rental truck at a really good price. $24.95 a day. Ryder.
Here comes Harry Gant and the Skull Bandit in for a pit stop.
Hi, I'm Harry Gant. When I bring the Skull Bandit in for a pit stop, I come in for a paint stop. Because while the rest of the team takes care of the Bandit, I get to take a little pinch of Skull, put it between my cheek and gum for real tobacco pleasure without lighting up. Now that's what we call teamwork. And Skull's what we call team pleasure. For real tobacco pleasure without lighting up, try Skull. A pinch is all it takes.
And this is round 8. To this point, Wilfred Scypion has tamed the animal, Frank Fletcher. And in front of Frank Fletcher, that middleweight title shot against Marvin Hagler. Will Fletcher blow it? Well, to this point, it has been Wilfred Scypion looking to pull the upset.
How often it happens. You look pass one guy at a championship and a big money shot, and that guy takes you apart. Right now, that guy's Wilfred Scypion. I have him ahead 4-2-1 in rounds, 68-66 in points. As Kenny Weldon said, between rounds, though, you're winning the rounds. You've only lost 2 rounds, but you're not winning by big enough so that the judges can be giving them to Animal Fletcher. So win these rounds big. Finish up big.
And scoring is on the round system. And then if the round is even, they go to the 5-point must to break the deadlock. Scoring handled by 3 judges. Look out the shoulder of Scypion clipping the chin of Fletcher. Ooh, good right hand again by Scypion.
Boy, Scypion throws those right hands. It just doesn't look like anybody should be able to survive a perfect right hand punch. You can't see it coming, and it lands right on the butt, and Animal's still there.
That's good.
Wilfred Scypion with the right hand again, and he's loading up and landing now.
Boy, that right hand is big, and then the hook that follows it is not easy either. Blood coming out of the mouth of Wilfred Scypion from a cut lip. So far, nothing with the eye of Animal Fletcher. It's gotten a little puffy, but nothing. Now they're just getting into a butting contest. Perfect example just then of what's going on. Quick 3-4 punch combination, and then smother the Animal before he could get off. Starting to fight a little dirty by putting the back of his arm on Fletcher's neck and pushing down. Zach had some hard words for him.
And we're less than a minute left. This is round 8, following boxing from Atlantic City. NBC Sports will present the Hawaiian Open. That is following Sports World.
One wonders what marvelous Marvin Hagler must be thinking about it, looking up by his TV set when he sees these 2 guys going at it that hard. Because both of them would be good opponents for Hagler.
And we move to the final seconds of round 8, scheduled for 12. Wilfred Scypion continues to provide all kinds of problems for the Animal from Fletcher.
Okay, Michelob Light for the winner. Ooh, you know, it's not always easy to find someone that plays at your own level. So I'm joining USTA Michelob Light League Tennis. Men and women can play at their own skill level and even go to a national championship.
To learn more about USTA Michelob Light League Tennis, call toll-free 1-800-331-1000.
Want a little more competition and a lot of fun? Get in a league that's forming near you. That's game. You buy the Michelob Light.
From the furnaces at Ford, it's Mustang GT, the boss for 1983. Hot new styling, new 4-barrel carburetor, a 5-liter high-output engine. The boss, the 175 horsepower Mustang GT, one hot piece of American steel.
Have you driven a Ford lately?
Now, Ford sponsors 11.9% financing on today's new Ford cars.
And this is round 9. Check out the eye of Frank Fletcher having problems with that left eye.
Well, as we talked about at the top of the show, it's a heart versus the eye. So far, we have no trouble with Scipion's heart. We're starting to have trouble with Fletcher's eye, which that round saw it starting to close. It's very swollen. They're applying ice to it.
Sharp punching by Fletcher to open up this 9th round.
Well, he needs all 4 rounds. He's got to let it all fly. He's got to let it all fly these 4 rounds.
In the corner of Wilfred Scypion, trainer Kenny Weldon, looking to use every conceivable psychological ploy, told Scypion, look over at ringside. Your mother's here. She's looking on. She's rooting for you.
And Scypion said, who then should she root for? Again, the warning. Zach Clayton came over to the corner, and he said to Scypion, no more leaning on Animal Fletcher's neck, or I'm going to take a round away. If he takes a round away now, boy, could it be important.
see Fletcher get back at it. Continues to have problems getting off punches because of the brawling tactics of the bigger man, Wilfred Scypion.
This is the first round that he's clearly being ahead. He needs the last four, and so does Scypion. After all, it's only one man's opinion. When I think that Scypion is ahead, and well ahead, it's only my opinion. Three judges here may differ radically.
Wilfred Scypion, record of 25-3, 20 by knockout. His last fight, mid-December, 5th round knockout of Bob West, has been very impressive over the last year, including 10-round decisions over Mark Frazee and Curtis Parker. Earlier in his career, he's had his problems. Lost a 10-round bout to Dwight Davison, lost that disputed decision to Mustafa Hamshaw. That was back in June of 1980. On 2 occasions, moved into position for championship bouts both times, blew his chances with losses.
Little blood now coming from the eye of Animal Fletcher. Again the head of Scypion as he comes in.
And that left eye of Fletcher getting worse. That's it for round 9.
Nobody has to tell me to get on the stick. With the wide stick, I don't waste time or money. See, Speed Stick deodorant is so much wider than the other leading stick. Gives you effective protection in just a few strokes. And if you've been using an aerosol, look, you'd use up 2 3-ounce sprays and start a 3rd before you'd use up 1 2.5-ounce Speed Stick. So don't waste time or money.
Get the wide stick for value. Speed Stick deodorant by Menon.
An agent's work is never done.
Yours is, John.
All right.
Are you here for a piece of the rock?
No, we're here for you. You're kidding. I'm a prudential agent.
Good. You probably have plenty of life insurance for your family.
Sure. Nothing gives you peace of mind like a piece of the rock.
More people choose Prudential than any other life insurance.
Get a piece of the rock.
It's just as in my day. According to our records, it is.
Prudential.
This is round 2. 10 as Scypion comes running out of his corner. Let's listen in again on the corner of Wilfred Scypion.
Now, you got to fight one. You hear me? Now, let me tell you something. He's going to come out smoking these last 3 rounds. You've got to beat him all 3 of these rounds. You understand me? Don't you give him a break. Look at him. His eyes about to swell shut. He's cut. And you're standing back waiting.
And the condition of that eye, the left eye of Fletcher, does not look good.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't look as bad as Kenny was making it out to be in order to encourage Scypion, but it is swelling shut. Blood is coming from it in little trickles. It is not a big factor as yet.
Okay, get out. Okay, let's fight now.
Scoring on the round system. And let's see, the Fight Doctor scorecard has it.
5-3-1 Scypion ahead. Uh-oh, he's leaning on his neck again.
Good one developing at the Hawaiian Open with 12 golfers within 2 strokes, including Andy Bean and Hal Irwin. That is upcoming next following Sports World here on NBC.
That eye beginning to look much nastier now. There's a lot of blood coming from it. Again, the head of Scypion in that corner doesn't do that eye any good. It would seem that Fletcher, the smaller man, could get under Scypion. But even on the rope, Scypion is outthinking him, outspeeding him, outpulling him. Look at Zach Clayton. He's stuck right there and he's talking.
Scypion teeing off and he's hurt Fletcher again with the combination as Fletcher looks to make his way back.
Look at Zach Clayton. He's in there like a movie director. What's he doing, directing it?
Under a minute left. Round 10 scheduled for 12. Wilfred Scypion on the blue continues to tee off on Animal Fletcher in the red.
And his chance his chances to fight Hagler are going out the boardwalk. Fletcher seems confused. He does not seem to know how to fight Scypion. Scypion, on the other hand, looks like he knows the master plan, and he's following it right down to the last minute.
Again, both fighters holding each other, looking for the advantage.
Blood all over Scypion now. Blood all over Zach Clayton now.
And we're final seconds. 10th round.
You're looking at the two best reasons I take good care of my brakes. They're why I go to Midas on a regular basis. Midas inspects brakes the right way. I pull the wheel. If anything needs doing, I know it gets done right. Some people say I'm overly cautious, but I don't think so. I just feel better going to Midas.
Where nothing but the best is ever gonna do. Trust the Midas touch.
What car line is #1 in America?
Ford Escort!
What car made owners so happy that 9 out of 10 would buy it again?
Ford Escort.
Ford Escort!
#1 car line in America. The car 9 out of 10 would buy again.
Ford Escort.
Have you driven a Ford?
Lately.
Now, Ford sponsors 11.9% financing on today's new Ford cars.
And this is round 11. A battered Frank Fletcher coming out to meet against Wilfred Scypion. Portion of the crowd chanting for Animal Fletcher.
There's the eye. You see they're putting that anticoagulant in there. Big glob of white gloop. Whatever that is that they're putting in there will come out in the first minute of this round. As soon as Scypion starts to pop that with the right hand, it'll go. Now, the Animal must know he is so far behind that he needs these last 2 rounds or a knockout. Yet the problem presents itself. What can he do different? This guy's got everything he's done figured out. Scipion's got an answer for everything Animal's done.
Scipion's corner playing it very conservatively. They were upset with Scypion enthusiastically celebrating his excellent 10th round as he came launching back to his corner, jumping up and down, and they said, cut it out. This fight isn't over.
He might have thought the 10th round was the last round.
That's true.
What a depressing thought that is. Come back and say, no, there's 6 more minutes of this.
Hey, come on.
Oh, what an uppercut. Oh, what a right hand.
The right hand of Scypion landing on Fletcher as he now leans up to try to tee off. And Fletcher right back.
Fletcher needs those rallies. He needs something to back up Scypion, because Scypion is just almost careless now. It could also be, Mark, many of Animal Fletcher's victories were over junior middleweights. Remember, this is the first time he's looked across at a real live, large middleweight in a long time.
Animal Fletcher coming off victories over people like Roberto Sabater, along with Ernie Singletary, Clint Jackson, Tony Braxton, James Hard Rock Green last October.
Those last 3 were junior middleweights.
Right, but giving up 3 inches and much bulk.
Oh, look at Scipion's head. Look at his head. He's got it. He needs another glove on that thing. Good right hand.
And Fletcher again sent backward off the pounding of Scypion. As you see, 20 seconds remaining. Round 11.
A 3-punch pounding combination that drove Animal Fletcher to grabbing the top strand.
Scypion in excellent shape. Still has the power with those punches, particularly the right hand. Here are these late rounds. Back for round 12 in a moment.
Mr. McEnroe, that's a very close shave.
You must be joking. That ball was in.
No, Mr. McEnroe, you're shaved. It's very close.
Of course. I shave with Bic.
You earn millions and shave with a 20-cent Bic?
Look,
Why pay more for fancy handles and tricky tops when I get lots of close shaves with Bic?
Advantage McEnroe.
He's right. I don't have to shave with a 20-cent Bic. But I do.
How about Michelob Light for the winners? Sure, but we get mighty thirsty.
Michelob Lights for the winners.
But a bunch of guys really go at it this hard just for a beer? Well, it is Michelob Light, and that means a rich, smooth taste you can compare to any beer you like.
Those guys could have beaten the Russians today. You think they'd play us for a Michelob Light?
Michelob Light.
And this is round 12, desperation time for Frank the Animal Fletcher, with Marvin Hagler and a title shot, perhaps going by the boards. Wilfred Scypion well in front, at least on our scorecard. On the official scorecard, should the bout be ruled even, which would seem incredible, they would go to an overtime round, one overtime round, to settle matters. That is because this is a USBA, United States Boxing Association, middleweight title, with Fletcher, the defending champion.
The Animal clearly needs a knockout here. And clearly see that he doesn't have the power to do it. Anything can happen. That's what makes boxing interesting, but it sure doesn't look like it.
We have not had any knockdowns to this point, but Scypion has pummeled Fletcher all over the ring. He's won most of the rounds. We have at 7, 3, and 1 even. Wilfred Scypion, who during the course of his career has been an up and down fighter, has been way up today against the Animal, Frank Fletcher. Scypion's manager, Mike Jones, said he kept Scypion in isolation for 6 weeks to prepare for today's bout.
Is that refrigeration or isolation? Whatever it was, it worked. Can you imagine being isolated with Mike Jones for 6 weeks?
Yeah.
That's mad enough to beat Hagler and the heavyweight champion of the world.
You're a cruel man.
Vicious, vicious.
Zach Clayton says stop the grabbing. Less than a minute left in what could be the final round.
Trying hard, but it's no soap. No soap at the Sands because he has no chance.
Seconds left. Round 12. Wilfred Scypion looking to conclude the upset over Frank Fletcher. Scypion rocking Fletcher on several occasions, both early and late, has looked in superb condition throughout. Fletcher has had very little on his punches, and that will do it. Wilfred Scypion, in a celebration with trainer Kenny Weldon, they feel they have won it. They feel they have derailed the title hopes of Frank Fletcher. Back with the decision in a moment.
Juvenile Diabetes Foundation? Since when do we give to them?
Since the Roberts boy got diabetes.
No. What'll happen to him?
It can blind, disable, or worse. And it touches 1 out of 3 families, children and adults.
Won't insulin cure him?
Insulin isn't a cure, but doctors are getting closer, and maybe this will help.
Can I?
Thank God we're safe.
Are we?
Don't let diabetes strike another family, especially yours.
You can't see it. You can't feel it. Yet thousands of men and women are dying from high blood pressure. It strikes without warning in many ways, including stroke, heart attack, and kidney failure. Check your pressure. If you have high blood pressure, stay on your medication, because the silent killer may be stalking you. Don't think just because you feel good. The killer won't strike. High blood pressure, what you don't know about it can kill you.
NBC Sports World, the place to be for
the world's premier professional figure skating competition, featuring the acrobatic Charlie Tickner, Olympic champion Toller Cranston, plus showstoppers JoJo Starbuck and Ken Shelley.
Then,
Coming into the kangaroo now, by trouble. Down. What a fall there.
Man's Ultimate Challenge against Mountain, the Allbird Kandahar Downhill.
Only on NBC Sports World.
Back in Atlantic City, New Jersey, we are awaiting the decision. A very impressive performance by Wilfred Scypion. All right, we're set. Let's go to the ring for the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Sands Hotel and Casino here in Atlantic City, New Jersey, we have a unanimous decision. And the scoring as follows by rounds. Judge Frank Brunette scoring at 6-5-1. Judge Tommy Kazmarek scoring at 7-4-1. And Judge Harold Letterman saw the fight 8-3-1. And the winner, and the new USBA middleweight champion, Wilfred Scypion.
Biggest win in the career of Wilfred Scypion, who is now the USBA middleweight champion and perhaps upcoming an eventual title shot with the middleweight champ, Marvin Hagler, a shot that Frank Fletcher has blown for the moment. There's Lucille Fletcher, who had a rough day watching her son. But no question about it, unanimous decision for Wilfred Scypion, the 26-year-old out of Port Arthur, Texas. Now a record of 26-3, 20 by knockout as we look at the action in round 11. Scypion in the blue had his way most of the bout. Lots of clutching and grabbing. Good uppercut by Scypion. The right hand, very effective. There it is, connecting on Fletcher, who saw the left eye close midway through the bout, although it did not turn out to be a factor in the later rounds. But Wilfred Scypion, in the midst of a very impressive spurt in his career, adding to the victories over Mark Freese and Curtis Parker with the win here over the Animal, Frank Fletcher. Let's go to the ring. Here's the fight doctor.
First of all, you fought a perfect fight. You fought everything you wanted to do. The plan was perfect. Do you think this puts you in line for a Hagler fight?
Oh, definitely. You know, I thank God, and I dedicate this fight here to my manager, Mike Jones, and Howard Poham. And, like, hey, I gave it 150%, and I know I was going to come out winning when I first took the fight.
I was going to say, anybody that can stand isolation with Mike Jones for 6 weeks has got to come out fighting mad.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to go from the raucous voice of the winner to the mellifluous voice of Marv Albert.
All right, Ferdy. Wilfred Scypion, who spent the last 6 weeks in isolation to prepare for Frank the Animal Fletcher, spoiling the hopes of Frank Fletcher, who today had to go up against a bigger man in Scypion, who goes 5'10". Fletcher at 5'7", so he gave away in both weight and reach. Frank the Animal is alongside Ferdy. Let's get back to the ring.
This guy seemed to have figured out everything you were going to do. Did that surprise you?
No, it didn't surprise me. I'm glad I was in great condition, and I fought him a good fight. He beat me fair and square, not to me a robbery or whatever. I just guess I wasn't getting on.
All right, do you look for another few tough fights before you get back to Hagler again?
Yes, I do. Hopefully, you know. I mean, a loss to me don't mean nothing. I'm not a quitter.
I know you're not a quitter, Frank, that's for sure. And to another man who never quits, Marv Albert ringside.
Oh, you're so kind, Ferdy. Well, an objective viewpoint from Frank the Animal Fletcher losing by unanimous decision to Wilfred Scypion here in Atlantic City. Marv Albert with Fruity Pacheco saying thank you for tuning in and so long for Sports World.
A promotional fee has been paid to NBC by United Airlines. We serve more of this land's top 100 business centers than any other airline. Fly the friendly skies.
Monday.
This is a blue alert.